Hey guys, it's the MedBoys and welcome back to our channel. Today we've compiled some activities that you could do over the summer to make you the best possible candidate for medical school. Let's get into it.
Research is probably the first thing that comes to mind. Research is not essential for getting into medical school, but it is really important for developing those skills that medical schools do require. Now you might be wondering, how do I actually get a research position? Well, the best way to do it is actually to talk to your professors. You can develop a personal relationship with them, learn more about their research, and then you can ask for a position down the line. Or you can just ask them up front that you want the position. Whatever you do, make sure it works the best for you and the professor.
You can also try applying for grants like MCAT. It's well known that people who have funding secured are more likely to take on these positions because researchers don't have to spend some of their lab's money on hiring you. So because of that, having this sort of sponsorship is a really good thing. There are also other programs like SURP, and there's also other work studies that actually help you get this funding, and that can really help you secure a research position really fast. If you guys want more tips on how to write an email to professors or how to get these kinds of fundings, we have a video for that, and we'll leave all the links down below.
Let's get into the second activity on the list, which is taking the MCAT. It's a vital part of the application process in Canada and in the States, so spending 3 months on it over the summer is definitely productive. Most students take it between the second and the third year of their undergrad, so the summer in the second and third year, and if they mess up or if they just want to take a break that summer, then they take it during the summer of the third and the fourth year. We have an entire series dedicated to the MCAT, so make sure you check that out.
Volunteering is something that is looked favorably upon by many medical schools because it encompasses many of the CanMeds roles. If you're not sure what CanMeds is, it's essentially a list of characteristics that medical schools look for in their applicants. Pre-meds often volunteer at a bunch of different activities, such as local hospitals, long-term care homes, soup kitchens, but you can virtually volunteer anywhere and get an amazing experience. Not only will this look great on your medical school application, but it'll also make you a fantastic doctor in the future.
If you're in the US and you're planning to go to medical school, shadowing is a great way to get some of that clinical experience that med schools are looking for. In addition, it could also show you the day-to-day life of a physician, which may help you determine if medicine really is for you. Due to COVID-19, it's possible that these doctors aren't going to reply to your emails or they're going to say no right away. So that's why it's important to just send out loads of emails, and I'm sure you'll get at least one reply. If you're a Canadian student, however, it's a little different. Shadowing is often looked down upon, and because of that, you're just better out there getting some volunteer experience instead of doing some shadowing.
Now, this next activity may seem a little ambitious to you, but starting a company over the summer is actually a very good way to spend your time. It doesn't need to be some elaborate world-changing discovery. It could just be a small dropshipping business or something of that sort to get you the money. Now, the money is needed in the applications process because it is very expensive. For us alone, the entire applications process, I think, costed us around $2,000 Canadian. So you definitely need that money. And on top of that, starting your own company and becoming an entrepreneur could give you the skills and experiences to help you grow and mold as a person. And you can definitely put this in your application as well. We started a few companies and a non-profit organization ourselves, so if you guys want to learn more about it, let us know in the comments.
Another goal you could pursue this summer is to actually start a fitness journey. Fitness not only lets you develop a new body, but also an amazing mindset as well. Also, setting a goal and actually achieving it in fitness is something that is really satisfying. For example, I'm going to be trying to gain 10 pounds of muscle this summer and lose some fat. So I'm going to be changing up my diet and my exercise routine in order to do that. Whatever you end up doing, make sure you try your hardest because it's going to be really satisfying by the end of the summer.
Most people tend to mess up on the CARS section of the MCAT. This is because the CARS section requires a lot of practice in reading and in comprehension. Therefore, setting an objective like I'm going to read 16 books in these 4 months is something that could be really beneficial because having that experience of extended reading will help you decipher these complex passages and get your CARS score up. In addition, it'll also increase your vocabulary, which will increase your understanding and help you solve these questions in an easier way. We'll link a video we made on the CARS section above in the cards.
So there's a lot of toxic productivity that goes around in pre-med circles, and it can lead to severe burnout and mental health issues even. This is why it's important to take a dedicated break. try taking a trip with your friends to somewhere calm and peaceful. In Canada, places like Banff and Calgary or the Rockies in BC are very beautiful, so make sure you check those out. The flights are only around $300 and cheap accommodations are always there, so you can easily find them.
This summer, you can even get an early start on writing your applications for the next medical school cycle, whether they be for Canadian universities or universities outside of Canada. For example, for most medical schools in America, they have primary applications that need to be submitted before a certain deadline, and also they do accept students on a rolling basis, so the earlier you apply, the better. Also, most medical schools outside of Canada have different deadlines from those inside of Canada. So make sure you're aware of those deadlines and complete your application as soon as you can.
The last tip we have is to take some summer courses from your university. Oftentimes, these courses are easier than when they're taught throughout the year, so you can get some of these hard courses out of the way and get that 4.0 that we're all looking for. This is a technique that might be really beneficial for you.
Besides focusing on just your GPA, you could also take courses that interest you. There are a lot of students that are not pre-meds who tend to take courses that are related to the MCAT, just so that they're better prepared for it. Although I would highly advise not taking any courses during the summer of your MCAT prep, it's also nice to get some prerequisite courses for medical school out of the way.
A bonus tip before we end the video is to actually start preparing for your CASPER exam. For those of you who don't know what CASPER is, it's essentially a situational judgment test that evaluates your ability to make decisions based on ethical scenarios, as well as answer personal questions. Many medical schools in Canada and America do look at the CASPER exam, and that's why it's so important to do well. And for those of you who are looking to do well, we recommend increasing your typing speed. Some people say that typing speed isn't really important for CASPER, but the more words you're able to put for each question, the more complete your question will be. And that's why you're able to score well with a higher typing speed. For those of you looking to increase your typing speed, we actually made a guide on how you can go from 30 words per minute to 100 in just a month. So check out the card above for more information on that and how this led us to score really well on the CASPER exam.
That brings us to the end of this video. We hope it helped, and hopefully you have a tentative plan made for the summer for all the activities you're going to do. Stay tuned for MCAT content all across the summer for all of you writing this cycle, and see you next time.